Previously on Will Save. The Pikes Puritans perched at their post, prepared precariously to pounce upon our protagonist, presenting perilous pandemonium. Propelled by painful past of the Grey's gruesome games of torture and mind control, Fetch Ezra and Sarzael sought to sinister satisfaction, sieging sadistically against our swashbucklers. But with tenacity and teamwork, our heroes tackled the threat, turning the tide on the tormented Pikes Puritans. But now as the dust settles, a mysterious murmuring message meanders through the air from the captain's chair. Is anyone on board not gone totally homicidal? Begging the brazen but burning question, in the wake of wickedness and warped wills, who remains righteous? Will salvation surface for our crew, or will a gray shadow smother the ship's semblance of sanity? Find out this time on Will Save.
To the right place at the right time. Welcome to Will Save, the podcast.
Will Save!
I am your maliciously gleeful GM, and I want to hear from y'all what podcast we'd be if we didn't do Starfinder. This can be a real answer or a fake answer, and I'll go first. Will, as in we will, save the COD-cast.
Oh, it's
a podcast all about COD. Yeah, it's a podcast all about a COD. Yeah, I just thought of that. Little fish COD. Hey, wheel, as in we will save the COD-cast. Okay, crickets. All right, I'm gonna rewrite that one. Let's start over. Ready?
Yeah.
Three.
Sounds
Is it literally just COD? Like,
so kind of
It's just COD, dude.
Well, like, do we spend the first half talking about video games and the second half talking about fishing? Is that like?
It's a banter. It's
and then
we
talk
podcast
about
with a
like
banter and
Call
fish
of
recipes.
Duty.
Oh wow, yeah.
the COD, and then we have like a quarterly discussion on metal plates that go through crowd.
COD pieces.
COD
yeah.
pieces.
It's everything COD.
Oh, well, sign me up for that.
All COD.
Yeah.
All COD all the time.
Okay. Okay, that's all COD all the time.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. All right, cool.
I will not be listening to that. Sorry, John.
No, that would be a terrible podcast. We should not.
Dude, I think we should do that. I'm down. Let's just pivot.
Yeah, maybe
We should ask
maybe we
our
make that.
what they.
Yeah, we'll make that a
Probably
coffee exclusive.
It's just me, and I am also the guests, and I just talk about COD
Welcome to
pieces.
John Swan. Guest star.
It's John with a bunch of terrible.
It's nice to
accents.
meet me.
That's it. That's
all the NPCs he never gets to put out.
Yeah, that's it.
I
like
think
that idea.
I think we would do wheel save, like WHEEL.
Wheel save?
It would be wheel save.
Car show?
It's a car show.
Yeah.
And it's
Wheel save. That's great.
It's Kelly and I waxing nostalgic on early 90s Nissans. Yeah, we talked about the physics of drifting and like the forces involved with top drag. And then, maybe we've got like a car meetup every so often, depending on where we're at.
I like this idea, and I think Kevin could be a contributor too, because we talked about how I joined a car club, and then he was like, I joined a ar club once, but it was a bunch of teenagers asking
That was my
me about
dad,
drinks
but
the
yes.
entire time.
Oh, okay. They just wanted him. He was the only one over 21. They were like, "Hey, man, come join our club." And then they were like, "Did you bring us beer?"
That's amazing.
We'll attach Kevin to the top of cars and
Right.
drive around. It'll be fun.
That's it.
Yeah.
He'll be the tenor Faust to our
Hey,
top gear.
I'm really good at troubleshooting problems.
Too hard.
So if anybody wants to call in, I can Google the crap out of it and figure out what's wrong with the
That's
car
true.
in probably half an hour.
Can I?
So, we
can
could
I
be
just
the new
be
car
on for
guys.
the game?
You guys ever listen to Car Guys?
Oh yeah, from
Clicking
like
Clack.
Yeah, I was gonna say
NPR.
Well,
They're
Vinnie
great.
and I would be clicking
Rest
clack,
in
and then who would you
peace.
be?
I love that show.
Producer.
That was
Great show.
funny show.
That was a great show.
It was so funny.
I would love to do a Top Gear style.
Okay. Our
Yes.
our chemistry and energy is it reminds me of Top Gear sometimes. So I really think that like we could do something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
And
I
do Top Gear.
would love to be Jeremy Clarkson if he wasn't so like.
Insane.
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
funny. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Who would be Captain Slow?
Oh, Kevin.
It's
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
Without a
Oh,
fucking
for
doubt.
sure.
Without a
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Richard.
I think,
Well, although Richard Hammond is kind of Kevin-esque
I
too.
think-
It's like
Oh,
hard.
that's true.
Yeah.
I think John's
Yeah.
He's also small.
Really? No,
Yeah.
I kind of want to be the driver who's masked.
Oh,
The
the
stick.
stick. I could see that actually. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Or
Man of mystery.
or Richard Hammond.
And Will is Mr. Woman. He's the
Okay.
He's the director.
I'm just the guy setting you on all these. I sent you.
And like
weird
we're
messages.
out there doing our thing, and he's like, "Cool, let me just throw a wrench into whatever
Yeah.
they're doing." Now you get to do whatever you're doing with 3 flat tires.
And then
Good
we
luck.
would slowly develop a narrative and a plot line around the director and his life and how he's starting to change and come in, and it would be this fucking awesome thing. And I'd be like, yeah, this is good. This is great.
We could pivot into some kind of streaming show at some point. Something completely unrelated. You never know.
Can
I've
we
always
have the
thought you were
game
gonna have
where
a
they
cooking
show where they show the like zoomed in part of a car and then you guess what car it is? Do you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
we could do something like that.
I
Yeah,
would love
think
that.
they do that from time to time.
Yeah, well they did on their
Yeah.
releases. Yeah.
Like, guess that.
But yeah, we could do your cooking show. That is.
Yeah.
This is true.
That'd be
Maybe we'll do some driving stuff too. Though. Yeah.
We'll cook the. I don't know. I don't know where that was going. I was
Well,
trying to think of a name for you.
wasn't Daddy's gonna have a?
We'll do another cooking show bit at some point. We've already talked about it and we know what we're gonna do.
We've drawn from that well.
Wait, what's with that reaction, Kevin?
I'm excited for it. I love
Oh,
it.
okay.
I'm looking forward to more.
We're gonna do a fun little thing.
Does
so
anybody
I
else
wanna
have any thoughts on
Yes.
what else we could be?
Yeah, I do.
Your thoughts?
Yeah.
Please.
So, in the same light of our previous suggestions, save the podcast as in,
Well?
we'll talk about the water table and creating
I'm in.
your own water supply
have a little
from
experience
groundwater. And
Yeah,
That
same.
would be very good at
John and I went
It's
down
true.
to Guatemala to help with some well issues.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
We,
We-
put
we
in like a
saved-
fucking
we saved
100-pound.
we saved the well.
we did save the well.
It'll be a show in which we discuss, how to properly maintain your well.
Yep.
Keep it safe so that no children or
Yes.
maybe if you're don't fall down a well.
If you're gonna
You
build
have
a
and-
cistern,
a colleague that
you know.
will find you and
Yeah.
tell your
yeah.
neighbors
yeah.
to save you.
I mean, there are some real challenges with being on well water. I had a buddy.
There really
run
is.
The pressure switch flipped on the pump that pulls water out of the well. No water until somebody came and had a look at the switch and cycled it.
We probably talked about this before, but that's what John and I went down to Guatemala to help with a group called Common Hope.
they're really great nonprofit. You should check it out.
They had a cistern that wasn't being used, big concrete vault that wasn't being used, and then they had a well that was dug 100 feet less than they were told because in Guatemala there's like no regulation. So the guy that dug the well was like, "Yeah, I'll dig 200 feet down," and he only dug 100, and so we had to help out with that, and we put 2 different pumps, and we had a backflow system.
Filtration. Yeah.
So they could fill up their cistern and have at least 24 hours of fresh water in case the pump went down in the well, and that would give them time to repair the well instead of using it. It was a really fun project.
It was awesome.
awesome.
And then we're standing there about to like take a photo in front of the filtration system. And then we hear this like knocking sound and we turn around and one of the pipes just because like water hammer and the pressure. And so
It wasn't
right as we're
really
about
right.
to
That
take
was
the
my
photo,
fault.
it just
That was
breaks.
partially my
Yeah.
fault.
Wait,
wild.
so what you're telling me is, Kevin, you're responsible for destroying a well in Guatemala?
It was just an elbow. There was an elbow that we didn't glue in.
Wasn't properly
It was
sealed.
supposed to be a 24-hour set, and we only waited about 6 hours.
Yeah, not 24 hours.
As one does. I mean,
Because they
it's
had
really
shut
just a
off wa-
recommendation.
They had shut off water for the whole campus, so they were only using these like massive buckets. So we were on a time crunch. We're like, all right, it'll cure. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it'll set 6 hours.
Yeah, it's fine.
It'll be fine.
Always listen to directions, kids.
Yeah. Well,
And
it was
that
even
was
worse. It
episode
was
1
actually
of
like
the Well podcast.
like we put it together and we glued it and everything, but we had 2 separate glues. There was a quick set and a 24-hour, and I thought we used the quick set, and the guy that handed me the glue didn't tell me otherwise and couldn't confirm or not. So I was like, I think it was the quick set, and it wasn't. We just glued it back together and told him not to put it back on for another 24 hours. It was fine.
And then we all
Just
left.
left.
You
then you
doubled
left
down on the 24 hours. You didn't switch to the quick set.
I think we ran out of the quick set was the problem, and nobody said anything.
Yeah.
Something like that. It was a weird situation, and right, we had to
And-
leave. Like our flights were out, so we're like,
Yeah.
call us if there's an
Yeah.
after.
So do you guys know if they have water?
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
do.
We got
We-
like a cop. We got caught.
We confirmed it literally a day later. Like a few people who weren't students who were under the Engineers Without Borders umbrella, which there's all this like
They were
red
like,
tape around how long you can be
Remember
there and
we
stuff.
had these folks confuse quickset and long curing glue?
We'll fix it, and then it worked.
Yeah, they send you a postcard with a photo of the new water feature in their village.
Yeah, it's just constant. Amazing. Amazing.
So we went in to fix a well, and we ended up giving them a fountain.
They could drink from it, I guess.
That's fine. Yeah, it's just constantly flowing. Any other ideas before the application window closes and then we open it up to our wonderful audience?
I honestly
Viewing
think we're
listening
listening
audience.
to Real Estate Podcast.
I think that where we would be best at this, and then the driving thing. I think those are the 2 things we should do.
I was gonna say we'll teach Kevin whether he likes it or not. It would be Vinnie and Will explaining stuff in like excruciating
Oh
detail.
yeah, that's right. Okay, every time someone teaches Kevin something, it's very true. It's a huge fucking thing.
This is the balance that I will never be able to strike with Kev. Kev is never satisfied with a yes or no. He always wants
Right.
more information.
But then he doesn't want it.
But not too much.
The threshold between how much information Kev wants and how much information any normal human has on a topic,
Okay, I think I can help.
there is no.
It's kind of like it's the breadth versus depth because people get into so much depth about it. I feel like maybe
Right.
it's the breadth only.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's
no-
kind of
no
like
wasn't
drinking
the
from
right
a
answer.
well of information versus a fountain of information. Yeah.
Or a leaky pipe of information.
Or a leaky pipe
That's
of
the thing.
information.
Kev wants the drips, but we didn't let it cure for long enough, and so now it's
sometimes.
just.
So next
Just
episode
for
is
our tech fans out there, we're using a port, 30,000 is our port, and I asked why 30,000 instead of something else. That was my question. And then Will ends up going into like you sending us an entire list of all the different ports that are used on a regular.
hang on.
You started with, "Can we use a different port?" And I said, "No."
And then you were like, why not?
Why not?
And then we
And then we were
explained
like-
why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You did. That's it.
Fair enough.
This is your cistern, Kev.
You actually, you didn't even ask that. You were like, why not port
This could be
one?
the show, though. It would be a great show. It would be I come in and ask a question, and then after 10 minutes, I stop listening, and it's just you guys go on for an hour.
He goes off like his screen goes like blank and everything. It's just Kevin and Will. No, I mean like Vinnie and Will. Just
Wow. All
I love
right.
you guys. I really do.
I'm gonna call out Will about one thing too while we're at this, and it's fine because I
over-explained,
understand
for sure.
because like no, it's more like this because as a developer I kind of get it. Like we'll spend a lot of time like developing a solution that shortens like something else, by like just a couple fucking seconds, but you spend a lot of like front loading it.
Yes.
So then like Kevin wanted to do like publish like updates to BIOS and stuff like that, and Will was like, cool, I got you. I'm gonna install a fucking development environment on your like Mac or whatever it was, and I'm gonna like put all this fucking like workflow in there so that you can just like push like updates instead of just logging into GitHub and just editing it. This is really funny to me. It's okay though, Will. I'm tempted to do that stuff too.
Yeah.
You're spending a lot of work to be lazy in the future, right?
I like putting in the work to be lazy.
Yeah,
I
that's
also
it.
like that.
Always.
I do.
I like being lazy up front.
Why spend an hour doing something when you can spend 5 hours automating it?
But you save a lot of time in the future. It's very important. Very important. All right.
This is true.
Let's get back.
I love it when you whisper that to me.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys go way back. I don't know what you guys got up to way back when.
I mean,
Here we go.
if I've said that to Vinnie before, then I've said that to
I feel like especially when you're young, like, you don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're close to your friends.
You're at that sleepover, and then you wake up.
You're
in the middle
still
of the night,
figuring things out.
Let's play.
Yeah.
Exploring. Getting to know
Sean's just
each
like
other.
breathing on the fucking nape of your neck, like in the middle of the night.
I'm sorry, John. I didn't expect this to go all the way there. No problem. A throwaway comment.
That Jurassic Park game was really fun on the SNES, right? Fuck yeah. But let's play it.
Oh, man.
Forza 2. The problem is that Vinnie and I did spend a lot of time staying up late playing video games and then playing like D&D with a bunch of people really late, so it's like that would happen.
Yeah, that is on brand for us.
Yeah, no, it's very on brand. All right.
You want to sleep on the top or bottom bunk, John? You're like the top. You just kind of look at him like
Bunks?
With a twinkle.
They had bunks.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, anyway.
So,
But that's none of my business.
so many for all of the listeners. Kelly drinks liquid like Kermit the Frog in that meme. He like curls his wrist up so then it looks like he's flexing kind of, but then turns it really
90
close to his
degrees.
face. Yeah, and turns 90 degrees and then drinks vertically. And
This
now
all started because
he's joking.
half of us
on your
can't
teeth.
stand the sound of us drinking on microphones. I feel like we have to cut some of this. This is just too long.
We do not.
No, this is a peek behind the curtain.
No, we don't have to do anything. This is our podcast.
Yeah.
We'll talk about wells and drinking water all we want.
And COD. Don't forget COD.
Oh, yes.
It's just me. It's all right. It's fine.
Keep it in. It's important for people to know.
Kelly, you good? Good. Kelly, do you need to take another drink?
Nah, it's fine.
You're good.
Water now.
Sound like you
We're gonna
smoked about
share
2 packs in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, truly.
Dude, here's smoking got me into it.
Classic. I
bad
forgot about him
influence on me.
smoking.
He was trying to fit in the wrong crowd.
Here's
we
such a
should
scene,
add-
Captain.
Here's a PSA. Don't smoke. Here's,
Don't smoke.
we have some characters that are very cool. All our characters, they're good.
Don't smoke.
But
It's cool,
like
but don't
they're
do it.
staged. They're staged cigarettes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not real. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as you hear cut,
Definitely
then-
not into smoking funny cigarettes.
Yeah. Don't smoke.
funny
Don't
cigarette.
Here's his raspy voice does not come. Anyway.
Maybe the 4 of you have been smoking some funny cigarettes. Because aboard the Void Crier, your rescue vessel back to the Pact Worlds, a subversion is occurring. Our 4 survivors, you all were investigating a missing period of time, 24 hours.
Hours.
Aboard the ship. Through the use of hypnosis, Colin was able to have subjects re-experience the dreams, memories, and one by one, memory by memory, the 4 of you pieced together the details of an abduction, discovering that each member of the Void Crier had been taken, thank you, Ice, and experimented on. Maybe even communicated somehow with the Grace. Now, you also discover that there is a device called a drift shadow projector that prevents spacecraft from using its drift drive. This was your impetus moment, your inflection point, because the device only works within 10 hexes, meaning the ship is nearby. And you're like,
15, but
it was 10. You can go back. It's like the other cargo bay. Now, sharing this,
But you were wrong on the other cargo bay, though.
I don't know, man. You can go back and listen. It's there. Sharing this with Narla and Shay, you all speak with Torv and Meltaman, and you head up to the bridge. You all decide, Narla takes in some good feedback from y'all, to break free from the shadow projector's grasp and possibly simultaneously attack this hidden craft. Fire on it, break free. Yet right as you do, Shay and Narla collapse as their faces emit this huge amount of pain, and Ezra, Fitch, and Sarzael scream in unison and begin attacking you. And you discover in their malicious glee that their willpower seems to maybe be overrun by some sort of aggressive, turned to 11 programming. So you fight in this close quarters space to detach them non-lethally. And right at the end, when they're all unconscious, there's a voice that comes over the intercom from the captain's chair and says, "Hello? Is anyone there who hasn't gone completely fucking homicidal?" And you all are back. I brought you over in Foundry to the bridge. There are 5 unconscious bodies in front of you, and this transmission has come over the comms. What are you doing? What do you think?
Rick is close enough to the captain. It's coming from the captain's chair, you said?
It's coming from the captain's chair. Yep.
Yeah, he's right next to the captain's chair, so he's actually just
Okay.
going to reach out and hit the comm button and kind of put it on speaker mode and say, "Identify yourself."
This is Kaneko Breeze. Identify yourself.
My name is Rick 19. I am aboard the Void Crier. Where is your location?
I am also aboard the Void Crier.
Do we know this person?
Rick-
I'm sorry, my memory sucks.
You would remember that Narla or Shay, maybe even in passing at the Brutaris match, they mentioned that one of the Pike's Peritons took pretty heavy injuries, sustained some intense injuries, and was in the medbay.
Okay.
This is Kaneko Breeze, and I am in the medbay. I already said my name once. I am in the medbay, and there is... You hear this pounding on the door. There is a, I don't know, somebody outside who's trying to get in, and they don't sound friendly, and I could use some help, Mr. Rick 19.
Copy that. We are on the bridge and had to take out several of the Pike's Peritons. They're all alive, mind you.
fuck.
None of them are
Okay.
dead. But they
Okay.
also attacked us.
Okay,
We
good.
will handle the situation here and make our way to medbay as soon as we can. Hold tight.
Okay, please. And you can faintly hear Tor's voice in the background saying, "No, you're hit there." And I need you
I like Tor.
to... I would really appreciate the faster that you get here, because I am still not feeling great. So please hurry up. Thank you. Really appreciate it. And they go off comms.
Rick kind of just looks around and then looks at the three of you and just goes, "What now? Do we split up? We cannot leave all of them here and not understand what is going on here, but we also need to rescue Kaneko."
Can we do a check to see if they're gonna be reconscious? Wow, I can't really put that well right now. Like, can we leave them alone?
Is there-
passed out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to ask a slightly different question, but
they are, to Kelly's question, yeah, they are unconscious but stable. So they probably, and they've sustained damage from you all. It's not like they just fainted and they'll wake up in a minute or 30 seconds. Like, they are unconscious, but they are stable. And you could probably, I mean, you all used non-lethal damage, so I don't think you even need to do any sort of, recuperative or rejuvenative stability check. Will, your other question.
Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, can we discern kind of what mechanism or spell they're under that would have caused them to go so AWOL?
Sure. So there's not too. If you go over and check them, physically, it doesn't seem like they have any sort of device in them. Maybe if you think through any sort of mysticism or physical science, you think that there might have been a programming that was put into them that was set to cause this. Yeah, Vinnie.
This sounds a bit like the insect you were talking about. Had the fear through that speaker. I mean, could they be
The
using
Bolita
sound?
back on.
Yeah, that thing that you told me about.
I
could
did
they
not
be-
hear any sound. Why did it not affect us?
We didn't
don't
go in the
know.
room, that's why. But if we did, it probably would have affected us. I think
No,
we
I
would
mean
have
here.
to.
Why were we not affected and the rest of
Oh,
the
yeah.
five of them were?
Colin, the Grey, I feel it's the Greys. They have a lot of tricks up their sleeves.
Hey.
You weren't there for this, but we saw people just drop dead that presumably had some kind of thing that they put in their heads. We're pretty sure it's the Greys. That's our working hypothesis anyway.
Dr. OK, can you make sure that they do not have bombs in their necks before we depart? And should we bind them in case they do come to?
I agree with both of those. I'm also going to try some mystic stuff, and I feel like, Colin, you could too, probably.
Hey.
I will walk over and examine them.
Yeah, they don't appear to have any bombs in their neck. It was, it's pretty clear if there's going to be something there. They don't seem to have anything. Colin, what are you doing?
I'm looking for dice. There they are.
Found them.
Found.
I think I want to roll a mysticism check to see if I can identify why they are just like all topsy-turvy and shit. As John nods. 19.
19.
I also rolled a 19.
Wow, that's impressive. You know that there are psychosomatic devices, methods of persuasion that when you think back to your memories and how they were speaking with the Greys, that there's some subversive programming that was used there. But in terms of mysticism of any like magic, or maybe I'm thinking anything, let's call it extra scientific, no, you can't think of anything.
Okay. So there's not any sign that I can see that this is a mystic source. It could just be a psychotic program that these Greys have put into them. Dastardly.
Also known
dastardly
as
creatures.
thought reform.
But would that require some kind of like device in order to host such a program, or is it purely a biological?
I think it's more experiential from the subject's point of view, perhaps, from what I
So
understand.
it's like conditioning.
It is interesting
More or
that
less.
the captain and Shay were affected but unaffected, as if they were able to overcome this reprogramming. But I am still concerned that the four of us were not even targeted by this question now, though, is
we
what
were
do we do
not
next?
under their effects for as long.
They had
This
24
could be
hours.
Or,
those visions.
Hours.
Yeah, they probably put them in there then, yeah. The memory.
well, should we bind them and bounce, so to speak?
Rick is going to try to wake up the captain. Can I just do some kind of check? Is it a medicine check, or is that just shaking her?
You recall from last time that I believe Colin did a series of checks to determine if that was going to be like a, hey, wake up, what are you doing? And it seemed like they would probably,
But that was before
they're out.
combat.
Right, but the captain wasn't part of the combat.
Right. But then now we're through the combat, so did anything change?
Nothing changed.
Nothing's changed. Okay. Who was
I
the
think we
most
should
dangerous?
go.
Probably. This guy's got 4 arms. I think I only have 1 set of binders, which doesn't make sense. I feel like I would have at least a couple. But
I mean, I have some Kasathan microcord, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that's enough to really.
How much comes in that?
I think it was like
Let's find out.
something like
Let's find out. There's no length listed according to Aeon SRD. So I think I don't think that you decided to buy the 10-foot cable. You know, it's like you can buy the
Thought I
50-foot
found
cable.
it.
Yeah, you don't need the small connector.
It's a single like thread of microcord.
Yeah, it's just a filament of it. It's not
Yeah.
the full thing.
yeah.
Yeah, you'd have enough to probably tie them up. It's not a problem.
I say
easy.
we
Tie 'em
bind up at least the Pike's Peritons, and hard argument, but like, what do we do with Shay and the captain? Like, they were also targeted, but it didn't work. Do we
We
bind
can't wake
as
them
well?
up.
I think we leave them.
I think perhaps we leave them,
It's probably fine.
and I would just stack these bodies next to each other, you know, like in a cartoon, wrapping around them.
And I think
Yeah,
with
it's
that,
tough.
I'm not the expert in binding things. Here you go, Rick. And now
All right, I'm gonna
Dr.
move.
Hand some microcord, a spool of microcord.
all right, do I need
Nice.
to do some kind of check in order to tie them up?
No.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
You're fine.
All right, let's go before we don't have anyone else to talk to downstairs. Before it gets too hairy.
I love it.
Rick walks towards the elevator. He puts his axe on his back, and he hauls up his artillery laser and just looks prepped.
Dr.
Okay.
K gets in the elevator.
Wait, which
Lower
way is the
deck,
med bay?
You are. It's on the main
It's
deck.
on the main deck.
Yep.
Main deck.
And I was trying to pause the game, but it won't let me pause the game. So before you
Let's
go to the
pause
main
for
deck. Oh, okay. There it is. The little
I'm
thing
just
coming up.
I was trying to move Bernie's.
Oh yeah. Okay. Just wait there in the elevator bay.
Yeah. Okay.
As you are coming down, you hear the faint, like, boom, boom, like the sound of someone hitting the wall with a heavy object. The game should be unpaused now if you want to come into the main deck. And as you do, the elevator door slides open, and you see across the lounge in the medbay hallway, you see first, of course, Ludvaya, head nearly brushing the ceiling, the metal on her burnished freebooter armor and the aggressive horns on her helmet glinting from the purple of her ember flame dashko. And in front of her, you see Torv, who is just reaching over, boom, 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 slamming his fist, punching. The last one's just like a punch right into the door. And you hear, Kaneko, we know you're in there. Your time for cooperation is over. We are letting ourselves in. And he motions with 2 fingers, steps over a bit as Ludvaya starts to sizzle away at the door. You all have a chance here because they haven't noticed So what are you gonna do?
Wait, so we're...
So I started blasting.
Yeah.
So you have come down into the
Colin
lounge area, and about 20 feet away with the door open.
Oh, it's open. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
All right, and the med bay is one of these side rooms, right?
No, the med bay is right in front of the door that they are at, which is going to be over here.
Oh,
to,
got you.
To the left. There's like a single lane hallway.
Can I?
So we
That's
got to
there.
get past these guys.
Can I pause this for a
Or
second?
draw them out.
John, the stream view
Yeah.
used to like move with the tokens.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't move with the tokens anymore.
Okay. I had to work through some module stuff.
Okay.
Which I still haven't finished, but it involved turning off and then turning back on all the modules.
Gotcha.
So, do you need to adjust the stream view?
Um,
You can. Yeah.
I think I can make do for now. I just need to take a minute to connect a mouse to it so that I can do the movement manually.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I mean, depending on what you all do, you might not need to move it. Let's see. I don't know.
What? I'm getting off the elevator.
Well, the game's paused, so we can wait for just a second. And while this time, let's share a word from our non-existent sponsor. Who's our sponsor, Will? Our non-existent sponsor.
Our non-existent sponsor is Well Save the Podcast.
Oh, great show! Great show, man.
They're going to be talking about dry climate wells and keeping them well maintained this next week.
I love this because like I was gonna bring it up, but I kept it myself. But now I have a chance. When we finished and we got the water running for the first time in Guatemala, they brought out champagne glasses and filled up the water from
Water.
the well.
And you were
Yeah.
like,
And we all
I'm not going to drink
cheers.
that.
Yeah.
And then it exploded right behind.
So the picture is actually frozen. And it's like water. It's great. And that's
It
probably
feels
that's
very-
the cover for Well Save the Podcast.
Us not performing a well repair correctly. It feels reminiscent of the Roman engineers building a bridge and standing under it as they test it. That's it.
Yeah.
You think they did that?
I think
I'm sure they, yeah.
it could be apocryphal. I don't know.
That
But,
first guy was like,
It could also have been like,
Yeah.
well, now that you've invested all of this capital and effort into building this, now let's see if it was worth like cheap fodder. Like you're the first to test it because like
Yeah,
it's on you, bud.
it's on you now. So I don't know what you're gonna do, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
Roman engineers were pretty brilliant, though. I think it was like Vitruvius, right, that did like a lot of like dope ass shit.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just like war engineering.
They're-
Or something, but
find out next time.
Speaking of,
Well
I
Saved.
mean, I feel like we could have a historical podcast on the side too,
Right.
where we
I'm down.
for
deep
sure.
dive into
Well,
ancient history.
like people talk about Roman mechanical engineering, I feel like their chemical engineering is slept on.
Are you kidding? Roman concrete, man.
That's-
People
yeah,
are still
that's
talking
exactly
about
that.
it.
But it's like it's under it. It is so good that it should be talked about more.
Yeah.
How good Roman concrete is. It's
Right.
There's
incredible.
entire courses for it. One of our friends in college
Yeah.
was taking their minor in Roman architecture. And
But were they
specifically Roman
able-
concrete?
There's also
they
so
able
much
to
study of concrete, and they look through. There's a lot of chemical engineering that goes into just building concrete.
And it's like
now.
it's like a continuing reaction
Yeah.
within the concrete,
Yep.
even today.
Right.
yeah,
That's so
it's wild.
Wild.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet.
The more you know.
The
And
more
with that,
you know.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh
Steps
yeah,
out of
and,
the
and
elevator.
then we do the little
Okay.
the stinger. The more you know.
The more you know. All right, so what are you doing? You have an opportunity here, and Rick 19, you stepped out of the elevator. Are you gonna roll a stealth check on that or no?
I will.
Okay.
That
Hope
is
you-
a 16
hope-
stuff.
Okay. All right. What is everybody else going to do?
Colin is, I think, going to follow Rick stealthily, as he
Okay.
can.
Roll a stealth.
Roll stealth.
Roll stealth, baby.
Shit. That was a foolish choice.
What did you
Let's
roll?
roll some stealth.
What's your stealth?
Before that,
Well,
Dr. OK is gonna pull out a Mark II pheromone grenade.
okay, that's fine. You can do it.
Yeah, that's
and
a 10.
That's a 10. All right. There's a sizzle.
Yeah, as he steps out of the as he
What
steps out of
happens?
the
What
elevator,
happens?
I think he
What
like
happens?
stumbles into like one of Meltaman's toolboxes, and you just hear every single wrench inside, just like.
Immediately, Torv and Ludvaya look over at you. And
you see
then
Rick standing there with this giant artillery laser pointed at them.
Yeah, it's really funny that you rolled stealth directly in front of them. I wasn't sure if that's what happened, but now I realize.
yeah,
it
you
is.
did step out into their direct line of sight and then rolled stealth. And
I want
Colin,
a clear
where
shot.
did you step?
All
yeah.
right. I
Um,
didn't know you could.
I'm
pull
like,
it off.
Wait.
I'm trying to look at the map here. So the opening of the elevator is to the right, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So then he would have stepped to the right and then around behind.
Behind Rick 19.
definitely.
Okay, so he's behind Rick 19,
Yeah.
and when those tools fall over, Torv and Ludvaya look over, and Torv just goes, and you all need to roll for initiative.
I figured.
Woo!
We should shoot him in his big dumb eye.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That's a 20.
Okay, give me 1
20.
second there, Rick 19,
Natural.
and wow, that's amazing. Give me 1 second there,
Man.
Doctor. Okay, I gotta get on.
Rick-
Make sure you add yourself
Rick is
to
itching
the
to
to the combat tracker. Of course he is.
Oh, I forget how to do that.
If you right click on your token, you'll see the
Yep.
shield with the crossed swords.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, you betcha.
How do I?
Yeah.
Ooh, Ludwell looks pretty cool.
Ludvaya is pretty dope.
I don't know. Have we met this person?
Can I enter the number, or do I have to roll it on Foundry?
That's up to you. If you want, I mean, you.
Well, I rolled it.
I
and
can add it
wanted
for
to
you.
do
It's fine.
20. Yeah.
I can add it for you. So, what's your total initiative, Doctor? Okay.
Total initiative is 22.
22. Rad. Well done. What about Rick 19? What's your total initiative? 20. Okay, that's right.
60 plus 4.
Okay. Rick 19, I don't see you in the combat tracker.
Nope, I didn't go in the combat tracker. What do I gotta do?
You have to right click on
Right-click.
your token.
Talk about the laser stuff earlier.
You're playing a game on a virtual tabletop. You just need to
right
right click on the
click
token
it.
and then click on the sword and shield.
Sword and shield.
And I'm waiting, and there you are.
Right.
All right, good,
You see my
good
number in there?
stuff. Yeah.
Then there's like
Okay.
a
Oh,
little
he's got your
D20
number.
usually above your head. You can roll to.
Oh, he's got your number. All right, that's going to be that for Shema. Okay, and it is going to be.
I don't believe you asked for my number.
Okay, and I don't think I asked for Heerz's number. So, Heerz, what's your number?
It's 11, but it's already in the combat tracker.
Okay, good.
Should be.
All right.
I think.
Okay, yep. And then I think we're it. That's good.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's get ready to start some combat. Colin, what's your
15-15.
initiative? 15-15. Okay, I like it. Let's begin the combat. Colin, what is your dexterity bonus? Real quick.
+4.
+4. Ooh, roll the d20 for me.
First up, Dr.
What'd you get?
Oh, I got a 12.
Colin.
12.
You got a 12. Okay, sounds good. Alrighty, let's get going. It's going to be Dr. OK, who pulled out their Mark II pheromone grenade. You see across from you that they are looking. You can't see Ludvaya from your position because I think you're maybe
I think
still
see,
inside
like,
the
a
elevator.
corner. I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a tall vest, right?
Yeah, but from where you're at, you might be able to see them, but they are looking at the door. So you mostly see Torv right there on the corner.
Right. Maybe
Yeah.
I see like the little laser eye.
What color is Torv's lens?
Red.
Isn't it?
It's red. Yeah.
Oh, he's got his laser shit. Ah!
Yeah.
Hey, you guys
Watch
remember
out
that
for
rifle
lasers.
that John very explicitly warned us about?
Yeah.
Do you remember that time we got the breakdown on? I should have actually just implanted an explosive on that during that.
Yeah, because that would have been really easy to do in a tiny room with Shay and Orgot. Hey, don't mind me. I'm just gonna put
Don't
this
mind
in.
me. Well, I throw a
Dynamite.
That would be such a tabletop thing to do. Hey, can I
Sticky
sleight of
bomb
hand
grenade on the
implant a
back of the-
grenade in this person's eyeball?
Don't worry about it.
In their eye socket? It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Dr. OK, what are you doing?
I'm throwing this this pheromone grenade that I picked up in the.
pheromone grenade.
Can I? Like the door to the elevator is to the right. So like, where are you throwing this grenade?
I'm Predator, like the red-eyed monster.
So you like ricocheting it around some corners?
I think he's saying that you need to leave the elevator space. Yeah.
It's like,
Is
Yeah.
there like
rectangle
a?
elevator?
You can move.
Or is it
So
You
can I
can-
move
I
forward?
feel like it's like more like a
moving
just a platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Sorry to retcon what I was saying
There's no
before.
like walls around the elevator.
That
It's
tracks.
like-
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I can.
I
can
was
throw
thinking
it.
about this a lot before we started
Yeah.
this book, and that was the only configuration that I decided was the easiest one that made sense. So I apologize for kind of forgetting it. But as soon as it moves within chambers so that people don't just fall off,
Right.
and like Wilhelm scream.
But there's like a
but
half
as
wall.
soon as
okay,
they're
cool.
yeah,
Ignore me.
as soon as you land, you can move wherever you want to
Cool.
go.
And
So that was me.
Perhaps John, you can remind me of the grenade
Please.
rules. So
AC
the
5.
range is, it's right, but if I go beyond the range, right?
I think that's like any range increment. You're going to take a -2,
Yep.
right, Rick?
Sounds right.
Two.
So
So,
it would-
for every range increment beyond, what's your range
so it'd be,
from there?
It's 20 is the
Okay.
range.
Yep.
So this is a 30-foot.
Yep.
So it'd be a -4,
-2, right?
-2.
Yeah. So if you did 50 feet, then you would hit -4 because you're 2 range increments past your
Got it.
normal range increment.
And then
but
the
you're
DC
-2,
is
5.
Yeah, but
5?
You're targeting for a corner, so technically, if you're aiming right for that door, you should be in range.
It's 20. Oops, accident. This is,
I think it's a standard 20 feet.
It's still 25 feet to get to the square where the door is at, and it's
So-
an AC 5. So
I
you're
really want to
targeting
get
a
it
square.
in there.
Yeah. Then throw it in there. That's fine.
Okay, so
Okay.
what? Like you'd have to pick one of the corners between them then, because you're aiming for a corner. Right. Is the way grenades work.
Grenade rules specify that you aim for a corner.
Okay, so I'm
But yeah,
aiming
so
for
it's-
this middle corner. I'm gonna
Okay.
throw it in
DC
there.
5 and
Okay.
-2.
AC 5 with a -2. Yeah.
Should be.
What did you get?
16.
Yeah, you're fine. It's so easy to hit that. Oh, does the AC go up with the further
That's
away
what
it
I was
goes?
thinking. The AC goes up further it's out.
Does
That
it?
might be a good thing to
No, you just
quickly
gotta-
look
That's
up.
what I
minus
wanted to
200.
double.
Well, let's just look.
I think it's for each range increment. It's like 5.
Save. Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to look and see. I don't see anything here on A on SRD. So, I mean, you rolled a 16.
Yeah.
So, I think it was in the book.
Just Patty Mahomes, the sidearm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a range attack AC 5. Yep, that's it. Cool. You hit it, you throw the grenade, tink, tink, tink. What does the grenade look like? This pheromone grenade.
I'm imagining it's a vial encased in sort of like a shell.
Nice.
Like an egg. Looks
And
like
then
an egg.
and then when it hits, it breaks.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, so you hit. What happens and what do they need to roll?
So the saving throw is a will save.
We'll save. We'll save.
Will save.
We'll save. We'll save.
And I was looking at the level. So
Okay.
it's a Mark II pheromone
Mark
grenade.
2 pheromone grenade. Okay. Where do we get this again?
We got it on the alien ship, I thought.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
outpost.
We
Omicron.
picked this up from
Yeah.
the folks who were tending the Brasilia plant.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Deals no damage. Instead, it disperses a powerful cocktail of supercharged pheromones and magically modified mind-altering chemicals in the listed blast radius, which
Ooh,
is...
so they make a will save, or they're dazzled for, what is it, 4 rounds?
No, fascinating.
Fascinating.
For a number of rounds equal to the grenade's mark number as they gaze. So it would be 2 rounds. In
So-
wonder. It's sparkling trails.
They are Mark 1 grenades. So when I look
I
back,
thought they were Mark II.
you got 2 Mark 1 grenades.
Oh, okay.
You have quantity
So
2
I have
Mark
2.
1 grenades.
So
You have 2 of them now.
magically,
That's what
I
I'm
thought I was a bigger grenade. In fact, I split open, and it's actually 2.
It's like the popsicles that come in like a long string and you have to rip them off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's awesome. Okay,
but
great.
The ones that are like 2 popsicles in one pack that you've got to figure out how to break off equitably are the worst.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah.
Love it. Or be dazzled. Okay.
No,
Sounds
it's
good.
fascinated.
Fascinated. Oh wow, fascinated is wow. Okay.
It's a little bit different than dazzled.
Yeah. Person's blinded.
They just
Fear.
sort of stare out into space.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, let's hope they have some good
They also
will
get
saves here.
penalized for
Spells. Yeah. Is this a spell-like ability?
I don't think so. No, it's just a condition.
It's a mind.
It's
It's
minus
a
4
mind
skill checks
affecting
made by
effect.
veterans.
Yeah.
It's a mind
it's
affecting effect.
It can bypass environmental protections from a suit of armor.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure what. I'm still not seeing what DC it is, though. I'm guessing it's like 15.
Okay.
Or like 12, but. Doesn't
They got
say
a 21
on
and
this.
a 22. I rolled hella high with that.
Cool.
That's wasteful.
Can't use another one for 24 hours.
Oh, once they experience the pheromone?
Like, once they
Yeah.
save. Can't use the same one.
Once they save. Okay, all right. So you throw this fucking awesome grenade and just...
Into the trash.
Woo, there we go. Just right in there. Bounces off a bunch of surfaces and lands in the trash.
Closes the lid on its way in.
I imagine that the pheromone starts
They
to affect them.
alley-oop
Yeah. Hey, I got you. And here we go. And especially Tord, you can see Tord's face take it in and just shake it off as they're. I'm imagining that the programming is so deep, just like it doesn't even phase them because they saved very well. Those are probably the best rolls that I've had in like weeks now, honestly. Just on the the GM
Here I
side.
was hoping that they had weak wills, given their circumstance, but foolish of me. At least I got 2 of these
I think
things.
they may have weak wills. They just got really lucky.
So.
I think we got the strong will on our side.
Oh, there it is. There it is. And speaking of Rick 19, what are you doing with your turn here?
First, I want to try.
Oh, and
Is-
Bernice is going to move out of the way.
Is there something
Okay.
that
Yep.
I can roll to see if there's any way to get them to not? Like, I don't want to fight them. You know what I mean? Like, so is that I don't know. Is that a life science or a physical science in order to know whether I can do anything besides just straight up knock them out in order to come out of this?
Good question. Give me a physical science check, Rick, and I think anybody who wants to give me a medicine check.
18 physical science.
18 physical science.
19 plus 13.
Damn.
I got a 17 plus 11 on medicine.
Dude, y'all are crazy at level 5. This is
I think I
dope
stacked
stuff.
my medicine.
Yeah. That's like your jam. You're jamming on it. I think this is what happens. Rick 19, you and Colin and Dr. OK have the best line of sight. Heerz, you're just a little bit over in the lounge, right? And with that pheromone grenade, there is something that clicks in the 3 of your heads, and you're like, okay, so the pheromone didn't affect them. This is me adding flavor narratively to the rolls, right? So the pheromone didn't affect them. And you think, wait a minute. Kaneko also wasn't affected.
But she's awake still.
She's awake somehow. And you're like, well, Kaneko was being treated for her wounds. Maybe there's something there in that treatment that has made whatever programming not take hold. And maybe that's something to investigate.
Okay.
That's what the three of you get.
Heerz.
But we have to
Was-
get past that mother trucker. Yeah.
Was
What's up, man?
Kaneko in your memory of what happened aboard the Gray's ship?
Let me think. John
She
was
was.
Kaneko in his movie. Okay.
And he says that as he's
Yeah,
like,
I remember.
taking
I
aim and
remember.
targeting Tor.
Yeah. Tell me now.
They were.
Okay.
And
You can also attack non-lethally.
I will, but I'm not in the first round because I can't afford. I don't want to miss. Nope. I will do. Yes, I will do full action lethal damage. Is what I'm going to do.
Ooh.
And I hope I don't kill him. But you never know.
Okay. Classic murder bot
So
move.
that's gonna be
Taking
a
the risk here.
plus-
Taking
I
the
have a
risk.
+9 to attack, so that's going to be a +5.
Okay.
For each.
I get.
That's I'll get to that in a second. First one's a natural.
I think you. Wow. I think you get a critical fumble card there, Rick 19.
The second
Yeah.
one's an 18 though, so that's a 22 to hit. Oh, sorry, 23 to hit for that one.
Let's go through the
Not a critical
fumble
fail
deck first
in a
here.
while.
Yeah, dude. Right. It's the first time. Here we go. I'm gonna do a quick little shuffle-oni with my super skilled Vegas training that I
Stop
did.
it,
Where
John.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Tell me when to stop. And the cars
Stop.
and they're going. And okay. All right. Top card. Critical fumble deck. This is a kinetic or energy attack.
Energy.
For energy. Ooh. It's called. Is it hot in here or cold? You are exhausted for 1d4 rounds.
Isn't exhausted like the worst possible condition?
1 round.
Oh.
It like debuffs everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it's 1 round.
Okay.
Well,
Yikes.
for the first time
Okay.
in his life, Rick 19 is tired from killing.
We never thought we'd see the day.
We
He's
never
like, I don't have it in me anymore, man.
I
I
mean,
don't have it in me
guys.
anymore.
guys, look, I'm just gonna sit
just gonna
crisscross
take a
applesauce
Man,
here.
It is a -3 to armor class, attack rolls, melee rolls, thrown weapons, reflexes, initiative checks, strength checks,
Woo.
dexterity checks, and the amount of bulk you can carry without
exhaustion is
becoming
no
encumbered.
It's like
Wow.
ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It doesn't
That's
get
like the
any worse.
worst prescription ever.
Right. So
Okay.
this is gonna do. It's not towards my attack. So there's a 22 to hit, but that's a -3 to that. So we're back to 19. Does a 19 hit?
You literally said, I'm fucked in every way, but I can still kill.
Yeah.
He's a pro. I can still kill him if I wanted to.
I love it.
Yes, 19 hits. What damage do you deal to Torf?
Hold
Greg?
on. I gotta see. I
Okay.
think this one's a D12, maybe.
Okay. Tell me. And I think I realize what happened. And Colin, you're going to notice some of this because you're right behind Rick. Do you seriously roll a D12?
Yeah. It's a D12 plus 4.
Dang. Wow.
So my
I just
D12,
love rolling D12s. They're just rad.
That's a 6 on the die for a total of 10 points of fire damage.
10 points of fire damage. Yikes. Okay.
Oh wait, I take that. Sorry, 11 points of fire damage. No,
Okay,
no,
how
I'm
dare
fucking
you.
this all up. I'm looking at the wrong
Okay.
damn thing. That's my
It's-
battle axe. It's a 10. It's a D10. Sorry.
Yeah, I was curious about how your rifle had a D12. I was like, that's some
Yeah.
high level stuff.
Yeah.
You're starting
Okay,
to pull a
I have-
Kelly here. Don't
No,
do that.
Hold on.
Okay, so I got my D10.
Jokes. Just kidding, buddy. Hold on, let me just take a sip of my drink. while-
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 4 on the die for a total of 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
Fire.
Okay.
It is fire damage. I'm right on it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it is 9 points of damage.
As he
There it
breathes
is.
out with a sigh of just like pure exhaustion.
Yeah, I think that first shot that missed, maybe you just spent way too long. And Colin, you're seeing him raise the rifle, and you're like, when's that shot coming? And then suddenly fires, and it hits above the bookshelf that's to the left, and just leaves a scorch mark in the wall. And then you shift and aim. So in Colin's mind, Colin's like, damn, that's a Rick's maybe a little off his
Hey,
game.
Rick, you stood over the ball too long. You stand over it, you're definitely gonna miss.
I was waiting on Heerz's reply for just a little longer than I expected. Question
quick.
though.
Don't blame this on me.
I do have a question. Meltaman is sitting in a chair there. Can Meltaman be any use to us? Is it possible to hack him and make him become a combatant? I'm just curious.
If you
I'm
would
gonna lay
like
that out there.
to...
I'm just gonna put that
Okay.
out there. And I think that's my whole turn. But I do want to note that my EAC and KAC is higher.
EAC and KAC is lower. Okay. All right. Okay. I see you. If you want to do something like that, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. So, end of Rick 19's turn as he takes one shot from being exhausted, leaves a scorch mark, and then lands a hit on Torv after Dr. OK threw a grenade. And what color is the pheromone, Dr. OK?
I would imagine it matches the Plurathinaea's plumage.
Okay.
So it'd be like, isn't it like a pink?
Yeah.
It's like a fuchsia.
Kind of like a
Purple.
like a pinkish purple. Yeah,
Wolfsay
like
colors.
looks. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's mostly Wolfsay. Cool. So, Torv sees you, and Torv has already been and especially after you get hit, the smile just stays on his face, and you see that Torv raises their great axe and then is going to charge you, Rick 19. Indeed. Torv leans and just starts running down through the lounge and runs 25 feet towards you and is going to make a melee attack against you, Rick 19. Let's see what happens. This is against your KAC. That is a...
John's doing a lot of math right now.
27 to hit against your KAC.
Nope, I'm good.
Oh, sweet. Yo, awesome.
Yeah,
man.
that hits. Kidding me?
Yo, that's rad, dude. And I was just saying that I don't roll D12s enough. That's 15 points of damage.
Okay,
to
so
Rick 19.
as that axe is coming down, he's got his gun up.
D12s plural.
He goes to move kind of just like out of the way, and he kind of turns his other shoulder, and that's the axe hits him across that shoulder. And give me a perception check, everyone.
Ooh. Torv too?
I don't know if Torv would care, to be honest, but yeah, sure.
I got a
I rolled a 1 for a
27.
All right, so Dr. OK definitely notices it. You actually see it's almost like a rash start, kind of. It's like little speckles of black right where the axe is about to hit, and then the axe strikes, and there's 3 less damage that he takes from that. So I take a total of 12 points of damage, not 15.
And that's our game.
Oh!
Nicely done, Kev. Wow. All right.
What was that?
Kevin has some, like, what is that? Some spell that he has cast?
He's got some soldier swag.
Some soldier swag.